Good morning, YouTube. On today's Quick Flick, we're going to talk about rocker arm geometry. This is important to get a proper push rod length if you're estimating your push rods, if you're going to order new push rods, or you have an adjustable push rod and you're trying to find out how long it should be. Well, before you do any of that, there's some simple math you can do, and that's just to ensure that you get the closest measurement and possibly a perfect measurement the first time. First, we're going to take our rocker arms. These are roller rockers. And what I do is I draw a straight line from the middle of the rocker arm to the tip itself. The cam I ordered is 635 lift on both intake and exhaust. So this measurement I'm about to show you will hold true for both intake and exhaust. Now our valve stem itself, where the rocker arm tip rides, we would like for it to be perfectly centered. Because it's not possible to be perfectly centered because of how rocker arms work, it literally rolls back and forth on both sides of center. So to get an estimate and keep it as close to center as possible, we need to take into account both sides of center. So we're going to take 635 and we're going to divide that by 2. What we come up with is 0.3175. This is very important because of how this line sets up, right? So this is our stud right here. This is our valve stem itself. This is a stationary piece, right? It has a coil around it. And that's where your stem comes out. So if we set this on top at a 90-degree angle perpendicular to the stem, we want to tighten this down till it's at the same angle as this here. So that's exactly what we're going to happen. And to find out how far we should tighten it down, we take this 0.3175, we divide it by 50 thousandths, because 50 thousandths is our thread pitch. It's 50 thousandths depth per turn, so 1 revolution. So we're going to take this math, and that tells us how many turns down we should turn that polylock to find this proper geometry angle. What we come up with is 6.35 turns. So what you can do is you take the top of your polylock, you put a piece of tape on it with a line on it, and we're literally going to screw that down on the stud 6.35 times. So it's sitting down at this angle. Now we can take our adjustable push rod that's going into the tappet, and we lengthen this out to be this measurement, take that polylock back off, pull out our adjustable push rod, and those are the length of the push rods you want. If you guys have a checker springs and everything else and you want to take off these stiffer springs, you can use the checker spring, turn it over, and make sure you have good contact on the stem itself. A nice pattern, again, will roll on both sides as close to center as possible, and it'll look just like that. How we get it to do that is we take our stem, use dry erase marker, and we just fill it in. We put our roller rocker on, tighten it down that number of turns, 6.35 turns, and we roll the engine over several times until it leaves us a nice little mark where we can determine, alright, well that's not center, we need to be just a little bit longer, and that's how we do that. So again, we'll set this down on here, right? Start it perpendicular, and then we would turn it 6.35 times until it's all the way down till about here with our push rod in, and then what we can do, right, is before we do that, we'll hit this with a dry erase marker. We'll tighten it down our 6.35, and because I still have the standard push rods and they happen to be at this length, then what we're going to go with that and make sure that they're center. And if they are, then I'll order some heavy duty push rods. We're finishing the install. I got rid of the gold rocker arms we had. I found out they were Chinese pieces of junk. I actually did some inquiries, contacted Crane Cams, and they stated that they weren't theirs. They've never not stamped theirs, and they weren't stamped. They were just on a crane box, and sometimes people get you. So I ordered comp cams, chromoly rockers. They're beautiful rockers. They're a beautiful set. They come with a lifetime warranty, and I look forward to these. I like them a lot better. So right now we're going to go through and tighten these poly locks down. They're pretty simple. It's just they tighten down on the stud, and there's an Allen wrench key on the inside that actually locks the threads together by pushing them apart, and it locks it in place. So that's how we're going to do that. I'm going to show you guys real quick. The easiest way to do it is do it by rotating the engine over, and what you ensure is that you're off of the intake or the exhaust when you adjust the opposite valve. And we can do that at both sides of the engine just by turning it a quarter turn every time, making sure it's well lubed, and that's the way to do it. We make sure everything's properly pre-lubed. We look for the rocker we're adjusting, which we're actually adjusting the intake on this one. The exhaust has already been tightened down, it's good to go. So all we do is turn it over. In this example, I'm doing many at the same time, but I would turn it over until I see the exhaust rise. And you can make sure it gets all the way to the top to ensure that the adjustment you make on this is perfect. So we loosen the Allen key inside the poly lock, we loosen it all the way out. We tighten this down, grabbing the other side at the push rod. Now we're just simply spinning it. We're going to tighten this down by hand. And you just spin it all the way down until it's nice and tight. Once you can feel the binding by twisting with your fingers, you'll feel it binding on the rocker arm. Once you do that, I always take it off, do it again, take it off, do it again. I also like to push the push rod down into the tappet to see how firm it is. From here we're setting this one up to a 180 degree turn. So I take the poly lock, I turn it 180 degrees, I take my Allen, tighten the lock all the way down, and I grab it, and I'm just holding this from spinning, and I snug it down nice and tight. Now, because we're going to take these apart again and inspect everything after break-in, we're not using Loctite. You can use Loctite inside of these to lock it down and make sure it doesn't come loose. I don't think quality rockers have that issue, but it is an issue that's out there. Now that you went through and installed all your rocker arms and tightened in your poly locks, you may have thought you were done, but not yet. The next thing you need to do is look at your guide plates. We need to look at each rocker arm tip, rotate it a couple times, look at the rocker arm tips and see how they're falling on the valve stem. You may have done this a couple times just to check push rod length. For a couple cylinders, you don't really need to check them all, but it's good to check on the ends and ensure that everything's level. So, once you've done that, you need to go through, like I said, look at those guide plates. Some of them may need adjusting, whether you have to, bend them one way or the other, or whatever you have to do to get them lined up. We want to be as center as possible over that valve stem. There will be some movement, that's normal, but we just want to ensure that it's not off to one side on any of these. And because I switched these out, I already had these guide plates lined up for those cheap roller rockers, but now that I have the new ones, I still got to go back through it. And I realize it's a tedious task, but if you want longevity, you need to do it. Thanks for watching this video on rocker arm geometry. I hope you learned something. Feel free to subscribe or look at another video. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Couple things to look for when you buy these push rods. Because we're doing a roller rocker setup, we have hydraulic tappets, we have heavy duty springs, and lift and everything else. We really needed to order chromoly hardened, heat treated push rods. So that's what we have in this engine setup. And whether you're buying brand new or you're using your old ones, make sure you roll them across a flat table to make sure none of them are bent. It's not something you can physically see, but when you roll it across the table, you'll see that